I'm doing this again. You told me your ideas for features that should be added to 2.2, and I'm going to give them a score from 1 to 5. 1 being a really awful idea, and 5 being something that should for sure get added to a future update. Let's dive into your suggestions. A toggle orb that can activate or deactivate all of a certain type of object. This could make a fun gameplay gimmick. While it's already possible to do this in the 2.1 editor using groups, doing it this way would probably save you some time, so... A feature that allows you to search for multiple demon difficulties in the filter, rather than just one, the same way you can do this with non-demons. Yeah, I can see how this would be a good quality of life change and make searching for ranges of difficulty less annoying. 2.2 should have a feature which records completions of levels and separates the gameplay from the clicks, making it easier to catch the use of bots. Players would be able to save these recordings and submit them to Pointer Crate. This feature is a great idea, and additionally, if possible, it should be extended to doing the same thing with raw footage. If RobTop can implement this, it would make it far easier for the demon list to standardize these requirements. However, I'm not going to give you a perfect score because this idea would only help one aspect of the community. That aspect, of course, being the demon list. A special feature that allows 2.2 to come out within a reasonable amount of time. That's impossible, and the time that RobTop would spend trying to make such a feature would delay the update by several years. Only Trying had a lot of suggestions, but the one I found most interesting was for a real-time collaboration system. I like the idea of being able to share a level with others and give them certain permissions of what they can do, with certain people being allowed to build at certain parts of the level. Of course, there should also be a host/co-host rank who can manage the perms of other collaborators. A system like this would make collabs and mega collabs far more efficient. Reverse blending, like the multiply filter in Photoshop. Sure. Bread orb, makes your icon bread. You also die. Completely redundant as there are already tons of ways to kill a player, and I don't see how this is any different from a lethal toggle orb and an on-death animation. Rootbeerfloathaspop icons. A way of tagging other users, presumably in level descriptions and comments sections. I've always thought that the accounts and profiles in GD were really underused, and a feature that gives us something to do with them sounds nice. However, this would have a limited impact on the game and on communication with other players, as this stuff is already possible both in-game and on the internet. The ability to play 2-player levels online instead of having to do it in person. That would make playing these levels with your friends a lot more possible, as you wouldn't have to plan meetups in order to beat Duello Maestro. Remove the follower limit. I don't think Geometry Dash's follower limit is holding the game back at all, so taking the time to remove it seems pointless. This new rating system. Interesting alternative to the current system and RobTop's plans to expand it in 2.2. However, I really think that giving the community, or even moderators for that matter, the ability to rate levels is a recipe for disaster. Only a select few responsible individuals should get to wield this power. Otherwise, the rate system gets abused and becomes pointless. So, no offense, but... Regulated leaderboards for platformer mode. Yeah, I think that platformer, being an entirely separate game mode, should have all of the same infrastructure as the regular levels. This includes things like leaderboards and competition tailored to this mode. I even think it's realistic to expect this in 2.2, as RobTop has expressed similar intentions before. I made a similar video to this one a few months ago. To hear my thoughts on more 2.2 ideas, click the link on screen. Be sure to tell me what you think of the ideas that were shared, and let me know if you want me to continue making this video format. I'd love to hear more of your suggestions for future updates. Consider leaving a like and subscribing for more commentary videos like this one, and as always, thanks for watching.